been on the coast for over 30 years, and I've seen one person on the shore the whole time I've been here. He was walking the whole west coast via the shore. It's virtually untouched. It's just no one ever comes here, apart from the fishermen.
On the remote west coast of Tasmania.
You've found us an awesome spot here, Scotty.
Crackerr and Scotty have ventured ashore on the hunt for more Jurassic-sized lobsters.
Wow, this is untouched.
Unbelievable.
We've never seen this many fish in a rock pool like this. They are absolutely everywhere. They're fighting, they're...
Oh, there's another one coming out. We get excited. We're like two little kids at a candy shop. Like, yeah, it's unreal.
The location is too remote to carry their lobster pots into. The boys will need to get by with some old-school techniques.
We're getting some prey weed and we're going to tie that together because we've got no rope or anything like that, so I'm not sure what else he's going to use.
Well, Scott, I reckon if you've got your sock, I reckon put a tiny little rock in the bottom of your sock to hold it on the bottom.
All right. So I've got to sacrifice my sock.
But I think we'll probably catch one. What do you reckon? Would you sacrifice a sock for a cray?
Well, I sacrificed one for 10.
Scotty's socks have winning form, but this time they'll add a fish head to be sure.
Awesome. That cooter head will go to the bottom, and hopefully we're going to catch a lobster with that. I wouldn't go for it if I was a lobster. You should do it, Scott. I don't want to lose your sock on you. Yeah, out there in that little gravelly bit, I reckon they'd come out there for sure. Hold on, there's one there. Got him! Oh, got him! Oh, fuck. Oh, look at
He's a monster.
That's 3.5 kilos. That might be nearly the biggest cray we've had all year. High five for that. He owns this hole.
Even at today's near record low lobster price, Cracker's catch is a $200 money fish. Scotty's sock hasn't lost any of its magic either.
Look at that! Don't let him go. Oh, I've lost sock.
Wakey, wakey, hand off Snakey. Come on, time for work.
It's a 4:30 a.m. wake-up call for the Bold Contender crew.
I thought Toby was hard to get out of bed.
Squizzy's chasing 150 plate-sized lobsters for the launch of his new lobster van in 2 days' time.
We want them as small as we can get them, just-sized fish. Then we can make it a nice, cheap meal. Bigger the lobster, dearer the meal.
That's all I got last trip. 95 of them or something. 2 pots left for the day shop. Absolutely and utterly all. Not one lobster. Whether it's me or whether it's just they're not biting, not eating. I just don't know. Maybe I'm just I guess I'll just never know.
After catching a demoralising 35 lobsters on his first trip.
That's what's been lost this trip. That's what will have to come out of pocket.
Bryce returned to port close to $4,500 in the red.
Better just go home now, take a small loss than a big one, go home with my tail between the legs.
Bryce wanted to chuck 10 pots here last night.
What's in this next line of pots will determine if Bryce's stint as skipper of the Bold Contender was successful.
We've got one nice red one out the first one. Started off pretty well. We've got 7 out the first 2.
Well, that's 5. Looks like I was right, and he took my advice, which was nice of him.
15 lobsters from 10 pots is an improvement for the rookie.
Beautiful small female for the van.
But the student is a long way off from becoming a master.
Yeah, if I was skipper in this boat, I'd do it a little bit differently. I'd put a fair few more inshore and a bit deeper for day shots rather than out here.
Sometimes I think a know-all has to listen a little bit more. That's what I think. They'll listen a little bit more and they might learn something.
Squizzy is still well short of his 150 target.
Oh yeah, thanks mate. I hope I can do it under 40 pots. I'll give it to him too. I will, I'll really give it to him.
But he's closing in on Bryce's abysmal last trip tally of 35 lobsters.
He just wants to beat me by one. That's all he wants to do. And he'll do that. He's just bullying a young fisherman who doesn't know what he's doing. It's sad on his part.
Is that it? Is that it? Is that there or what? Oh, I think there's one in there. I reckon it's this one. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there is number 36. Let's go home now, Bryce. We've got enough.
Squizzy's the best fisherman in the fleet. I was expecting him to beat me at least 3 pots.
Pulling 32 pots for 36, that's not good either. The fish have just gone right off. Bryce saw it in his trip. I've heard it from other fishermen. It's just... I think it's going to be a tough year, market-wise and even fish-wise.
My truck's waiting on the jetty, so he'll be there to weigh the crows and take them away. And they're out of here. Passports are stamped and they're ready to go.
At Hillary's Marine in Perth, the crew of the Corrado has returned with what may be their final haul for the season. They were targeting 200 kilos.
Right on the scales of that one.
That's our weight clean after today, 200, but I think we can get away with that. That's a decent day at the office for the boys, so everyone's made $1 today. Put this big girl to bed for a few weeks and see where we go. Wait to hear from the boys at the factory when we're allowed to go fishing again, and as soon as that call comes, mate, at it, and we'll be back into a flat chat.
The Western Australian lobster industry is in shutdown mode. Many lobstermen have already gone to the wall. Time will tell if the Corrado crew is a
Our livelihood's been decimated by this virus, you know, but, you know, you can't let it consume you because everyone's under a lot of pressure and there's nothing we can do to change it. You know, how do you keep your chin up? You know, I've got 2 great guys that work for me. I've got a great wife, 2 beautiful kids, you know, and every time I wake up, I count my lucky stars that I've got a great family. See you in a couple of weeks, big girl.
One beautiful fish. 2 beautiful fish. Just 2.
On board the bold contender,
Finger slip.
Squizzy and Bryce are pulling their final shot for the trip.
We need 30 fish for our target this morning. I think we're about 15 pots in, we've probably got 15. So we're getting pretty close. The way the lobsters are now, it's probably not his fault that he went so bad last trip because they're not moving, they're that patchy. There's no pattern to them. It's just a lucky pot here and there.
Fish.
Still getting an odd one here, Bryce.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
Just make sure you don't come here, mate. If I find out you come straight back here, I'll have to cut your balls off.
Back in your wheelhouse, off you go on, off your trot. Last pot. Hopefully it's the best one for the trip. Fill us up.
Last pot, Bryce. We got our target. Job well done, mate.
You've done well. I expected it in 2 shots, 3. That's all right.
I'll take 3 the way the fish are. Easy last.
Beautiful.
Let's go home. Give us a size one, mate. Sometimes you got to try and change your luck. That's a size fish. I'm going to give it back to King Neptune. Hopefully we get a bit more better luck next time. That's how I play it.
It's been a long and painful grind, and the biggest challenge is yet to come.
I don't even know if we can sell these ones. 150, 200. It's just a strange feeling. We don't know what the future holds for us, or the rest of the world either. So it is a scary time. That's why I just don't want to go too silly, catch too many, you can't sell them. You never know, we might have to throw all these back over the side. That's a scary bit.
Just making myself smell pretty for Naomi.
The Kaikoura is back at its home port of Dover.
Yeah, I haven't seen Naomi for a week. We spend a fair bit of time apart, so it's going to be good to get home and see her.
This is why I want to be a skipper one day, so we don't have to scrub the decks no more. When you're the skipper, you get to sit in the wheelhouse, have a nice hot coffee, and watch the decky do the work.
What a wet. Oh, it's exciting coming home to see Naomi and, yeah, have a week off, and I don't have a plan this week. Bit early for her. We've gone a few too many more than what we expected. Whoa, Matty! He wanted to pull us up at 1,100 kilo. Beauty!
Cracker's buyer agreed to take 1,100 kilos at $50 a kilo.
This is the difference between the Jurassic Park monsters and your average old cray. This one is about 650 grams, and this one's the one that I caught by hand in the rock pool. 3.2 kilo. Good day, Steve. How you going? Yeah, we've got a 250 odd more, so they're good big red ones. They'll be exactly what you're after.
If the buyer can't offload the extra 250 kilos, Crackerr will be forced to sell it off the wharf direct to the public.
All right, you're a legend. Thanks, Steve. See ya, mate. He's not over keen to take our few extra fish, but I think I've twisted his arm just enough, so yeah.
It's a massive win in the toughest of times. A $17,000 bonus.
This stage in time, we have no idea when we'll get back out on the water again fishing, so this extra few hundred kilo will help us get by over the next few weeks until things calm down a bit.
So what are we doing with the fish?
Just leave them in the boat for now. We'll work out what's going on with the van. We'll just see what the future holds.
The bold contender is en route to Margate Wharf with 180 plate-sized lobsters in the holding tank.
I appreciate all the help. I'll make sure when I go out on my next trip, I've got a couple of your marks you gave me, so I'll make sure I use them and fingers crossed there's some bloody fish on them.
All you can do, mate, is keep trying. Your luck will change. You'll get onto something here shortly. Just think of the positive. You only have got to beat 36 and you're in front.
The veteran skipper is about to head into uncharted waters, selling to the public from his new lobster van.
Good job, Squiz. Thanks for training me.
As for the greenhorn, he plans to head back to sea on his own boat, the Anbrai-Dakra.
Squiz is one of the best bloody fishermen in the fleet, and having him is just to show me anything's wicked. You know, most skippers keep to themselves and don't tell you. And it can be quite annoying for those younger guys that are trying to come through, having to really learn everything from the start. But coming across skippers that'll show you and teach you a few things, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah, super happy to be and fortunate enough to have him show me. It's been bloody awesome. I apologise for the mess and the way I left the boat.
Tabor was told to rest for 6 weeks after injuring his hand.
Hey, Bean, how's the hand going? Sore.
But the tough-as-nails decky plans to be back in 2.
No, go back, cut the cast off and put a splint on it.
Don't worry, Toes, he's not as good as you, mate.
Oh, snap. He was saying your name in his sleep. Just kept hearing Tabor, Tabor. I think he really missed you, like really honestly missed you.
He done all right for the filling. I tell you what he don't know. Is a tie knot.
No surprises there.